Hey everybody, I'm Dan McClellan. I'm a scholar of the Bible and religion. Let's take a look at a video.
Okay, Dan, you say that there is no such thing as a rapture, and I'm not sure what you mean by rapture. If you're just being specific to the idea developed of a bodily um, being snatched away, caught away into the air on clouds, um, eh, pre-trib, mid-trib. I'm not sure exactly what it is that you mean by the rapture, and that there is no such thing as a rapture. The writer of 1 Thessalonians 4:15 through 17 seems to spell out such an event, and he seems to be drawing on um, the Son of Man figure who comes on the clouds. Of course, the Lord comes down out of the air on the clouds in 1 Thessalonians 4:15, and he seems to be drawing from the Old Greek. And Jesus, in fact, seems to be drawing his Son of Man figure from the Old Greek as well. And there's Jesus' Son of Man seems to be coming as the Ancient of Days. I'll read the Old Greek there that says, Etheorun in oramatites nuktos keidu, epiton nephelon tu uranu, osios anthropoerto, que os paleios meron parein, que parestokites pareisen auto. So the Son of Man comes on the clouds of heaven, and he comes as the Ancient of Days. And it says that his parestoketes parecen auto, his attendants were with him or came with him, depending on how you want to read parecen. And so Jesus seems to be drawing from this in his great prophecy in Matthew 24. And he's also reading the Son of Man figure into Daniel 12:1. And that's where Jesus is drawing his great prophecy from when he talks about the great tribulation and a disgusting thing standing in the holy place. Um, and in that passage in the Old Greek, we've got some interesting verbiage there, and it says that I'll read it in the Greek. Que kataten oran ekenen paralevsete Michael o angelos omegas o estokas epitus Jesu huius tu lausu. So here, Michael, it's saying that Michael is who's standing for the people, for his people, um, or Daniel's people. He will paralevsete. He will pass by. He will step back. He will come in some way, and then it says that akene hemera tlipseos ia ukegenete afu egenetesan eostes emeres agenes, that there would be a tribulation that has never occurred before, the likes of which had never been until those days, will never be again until those days. And then it says, in akene te emera upsutesete paso laos os anevrete egegramenos intovilio. And here we have an interesting word, um, which is upsethesete, talking about all of the people, or found written down in the book, and that is that they will be upsethesete, they will be lifted up, and and then it goes on to talk about the resurrection, that kepoli ton kefte dondon enteplate tes ges anestesonde, y men is zoin eonion ide is desmon. So we've got some being resurrected to life everlasting, and some to woe. So we've got this resurrection idea being spelled out here. But what's fascinating is that, as I just mentioned before that, it says that pasulaus osan evrete egragremenos entovilio upsetesete. They will be lifted up. So this is this kind of elevated, lifted up, taken up. Could be praised, I guess, as well. But it seems to be that this is where the writer of First Thessalonians is getting the idea of a rapture, a being lifted up, and of course the Son of Man comes on the clouds, and so the writer of First Thessalonians is putting both of these things together. Jesus is putting both of these things together. The Son of Man is evidently strongly connected with Michael, and whether Michael is the Son of Man, or whether Michael is the angel that is representing the Son of Man figure, it's not clearly spelled out. But Jesus is drawing his great prophecy from this, and in his great prophecy, he has angels coming and gathering the chosen ones from the four ends of the earth as well. So the author of First Thessalonians says that this comes by the word of the Lord. So whether he's reading this, is getting this from an oral tradition from the apostles, and is drawing on this, or whether or not it's a special revelation, he seems to be drawing on Daniel 12 and this elevating of the people who survived to the tribulation, and that's what we read there in 1 Thessalonians 4:15. It's written, "Tutogar umin legumin en logo Kyrio," so by a word of the Lord, "oti imis odzondes hyperelepimeni pomini isten parousia to Kyrio." Those who are alive, who survived to the parousia, the presence of the Lord, coming, maybe that's the right word, I'm not sure, but there's another word for that, erhomenos, that they would be, that the Lord would, oti autos o Kyrios, en kelevsmati en phone archangelu, kai en salpingi theo katebesete ap uranu, that the Lord would descend out of heaven, kai nekri en Christo anastasonde, and the dead in Christ would rise, or would be resurrected. Sounds like possibly a bodily resurrection to the earth. It's not the rise into heaven, it's a resurrection, and they would do that first, proton. Epita imisid zondes, and then we who are surviving, who are alive, hyperelepimeni, those who are left around at that time, or remaining, ama sin auftis arpagesometa en nephelis, will at the same time with him. So there's a kind of a redundancy here. So he's being very specific. At the same time with these who are resurrected, will be caught away. Arpagesometa, we will be caught away in nephalis, in clouds, is apandis, into a meeting to Kyrio, Isaera, with the Lord in the air. So I'm not sure how you get around this. There's a clear idea being spelled out, and it seems to be drawn from the Old Greek of Daniel 12:1 through 3, that there would be, that the people would be at the time of the Great Tribulation would be lifted up. So not sure what it is exactly you're objecting to. Maybe you can spell that out with some specificity.